Madden Football brings you the divisional round of the NFL playoffs, and it's brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Bengals and the Ravens. All that and more coming up next.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to the home of the Ravens. Sold out M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland. Straight ahead, we punch the second of 2 tickets to the AFC title game, and we've got a great one in store, as it'll be the Cincinnati Bengals taking on the Baltimore Ravens. Hello, everyone. As the postseason continues here on EA Sports, we're pleased to bring it to you. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And who has the edge here? You got one side that had some extra rest, but another comes in off a win last week in the wild card round.
And it's funny, depending on which team you are, you say that that's an advantage. You'll take the rest, you'll take the week off, get your guys healed up a little bit and ready to go. But that team that's coming in off of a win last week, they're really excited to keep playing. They feel like they are hot and ready to go.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Here are the Bengals on offense, and here is Joe Burrow ready to lead them at quarterback.
And if he and his guys want to spring the upset here in the second round and move on, they've got to focus on the good that they did in the wild card victory. At the top of that list, protecting the football. Got a little careless last week. A few got away from him. Might not be so fortunate this time around. And if that's the case, they'll end up going home.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. This goes out wide for Mixon. Will go down as a gain of 6, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. From the gun on 3rd down is Burrow. Oh, that nearly an opening drive INT, but it does fall incomplete. Not the way he wanted to start this ball game as it brings up 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. This is taken at the 23. It'll be a 44-yard punt. The return goes for 8. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Number 8, Lamar Jackson, trotting onto the field at quarterback, ready to lead this Ravens offense.
And we can talk all we want about football being a team game and leaning on different parts and aspects in order to get it done. And that's entirely true during the regular season. Some weeks it's the defense, the special teams, running the football. But in the playoffs, all the pressure reverts to the quarterback, and he has to play well and play at a really high level in order for his team to win.
Now Jackson on 1st down. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle 3rd of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down. Well, that's not the way you want to start. A first pass attempt and a first drop all in one.
Well, you've got plenty of time to make up for it, but obviously not the way you want to get things started. Got to shake that off and get going.
Now Jackson on 2nd down. It's caught by Agholor. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
Here's Jones. A very good kick there, but 15 yards on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over. The Bengals drive about to get going.
And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Here's Burrow. Got a man. It's Chase. He completes it. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Back to Mixon on 2nd down. And some room to run now. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. That good for 22 and a first down. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Complete. Smith has it. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left.
10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches. The Ravens 13-yard line.
First carry now for Chris Evans. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. The first drive this unit had, they punted. This drive much more polished, just looking crisper, aren't they, moving the ball?
Maybe the first drive was a little bit of a wake-up call. Probably a little bit angry that they had to punt the ball away the first time they had it. Got motivated, got to the sideline, said, okay, let's not let that happen here as we take over again.
They give him 5 that time as they draw a bit closer here for a 2nd and goal.
At the 2-yard line.
Mixon diving for the end zone, and he'll get there. Touchdown.
Well, he's been the workhorse on this drive, and it would have been unfair to bring someone else in to finish the job. So they go back to him again, and he delivers with a touchdown run.
Evan McPherson for the extra point. Boy, these may be an adventure this afternoon, but this one is good. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it all culminated in the touchdown run coming from Joe Mixon. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. Second quarter now from Baltimore. It's the Ravens in possession as they've got it 2nd down and 11. Jackson. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
He's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. So that changes things. Here's 1st and 10 all the way up at the 45. Jackson with a handoff to Dobbins on the option. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd down and 8. They'll go again with Dobbins. Taking it right down Broadway. Still going inside the 20. And all the way in for the Ravens touchdown. J.K. Dobbins, 53 yards. And the Ravens are within an extra point of tying up this ball game.
Sometimes running plays hit or break so fast, there's no reaction time from the secondary. So I've got to give credit to the offensive line for creating that hole so suddenly. And how decisive was he to take that cut and just go? No one downfield there to stop him.
The kick is through the uprights to tie this game, but hang on a second. We do have a flag. And they'll accept that penalty. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Joe Mixon and the Bengal offense ready to go back to work.
And you see the last drive, great chunk of yardage, the touchdown on 5 carries. And offensively, everything just looked in sync, didn't it?
It did, and the reason that it was in sync is because it's a combination of play calling, game plan, offensive line marrying up with all of their blocks. But don't forget the receivers out on the perimeter. Any type of a long run, the receivers have had a hand in that because they've occupied people downfield. And, of course, give the big credit to the man with the football. Great vision, good movement, gets to the end.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Kyle Hamilton picks it. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line.
And this might not be the last interception we see, Brandon. Both of these teams like to throw the football, but here in this snow, ball's not going to always go where you want it to. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
Baltimore about ready to go on offense.
It's a quick turnaround for them after the turnover, but the way they moved it on their last drive, they're probably eager to get right back at it.
And you know me and you know my tendencies in this situation. What do I want right now?
Be aggressive.
Be aggressive. Take your shot right here.
And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Trey Hendrickson. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. On 2nd down, a run with Dobbins. And nothing but green grass here. Nowhere to field.
And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here.
75 yards rushing for him now as he has been strong here in the first half of this divisional round matchup. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
A give up the middle to Dobbins. Down to the 30 after a gain of 3.
Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Throwing is Jackson. They set up the screen for Dobbins. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the 1st. That's going to bring up 4th down, only a gain of 2 there. 2nd quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. Tucker's kick is good, and they take the lead here now at 10-7. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense, the firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let him put some points on the board.
And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He will find his man Chase complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 23 yards, the final tally.
First down, Bengals.
Now Burrow. Another one into the hands of Jamar Chase. Another first down as they call his number again. He's got 15 yards here.
A gain of 15. First down, Cincinnati.
Inside handoff to Mixon. And he'll take this one down to the 36. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Burrow will throw. That one taken in by T. Higgins. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. First down. Here's Burrow. But it's caught on the right side of Smith. Burrow's saying, let's go, let's go. To throw again on 2nd down. Burrow goes right back to Smith again. Touchdown! Irv Smith Jr. from 17 yards out. And the Bengals will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. So they get their tight end away from the line to the outside, and he works his way in for 6.
Tight ends are not just blockers anymore. I don't know how many more times we need examples, but here's a great one. Gets to the outside, they give him the ball pretty quickly, and they trust him to get those extra yards, and boy, did he come through, bowling his way into the end zone after the nice catch.
Extra point through the snowflakes, up and good, and the lead is now 14-10. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Raven offense going to take over late in this first half. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range. Now it's Jackson. He gets this underneath to Dobbins. Just a gain of a couple there. And that'll make it 2nd down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
Okay,
so
Brandon,
it's
thanks
on to
very much.
halftime in this AFC divisional round matchup.
On this divisional round
as we send you down
we'll
to
get back to you
Orlando,
guys
where
in just a
Jonathan
moment.
Coachman has our EA Sports halftime
We'll get started
report.
out at
Coach.
GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City, where it was the Chiefs who were able to come away with the home victory. Isaiah Pacheco, a touchdown run in the victory. Meanwhile, in our game, we've got 1 half remaining to find out who goes on to the AFC title game. And to bring it all to you, let's send it back out to Brandon Godden. Final adjustments are underway in the locker rooms. Which of these two teams will survive and advance to next weekend's AFC Championship game? To find out, we go back to Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this 3rd quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. Well, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the 2nd quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it.
They'll run up the gut with Dobbins. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. A shotgun snap and again to Dobbins. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, second down.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
On second down, here's Jackson. Completes it to Agholor. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And now it's 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson looking for Agholor, and it's intercepted. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. So the ball changing hands on the interception, but meanwhile here we do have an injury on the play. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. Over the middle, he finds Higgins. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
Oh, that was a nice job there. Quarterback and receiver reading the pressure that was brought. They both knew it was going to open up the middle of the field. Nice little shake and bake at the line of scrimmage, got right into his route. And the quarterback hit him in stride. He was able to run free after the catch.
In on the stop, the former Georgia Bulldog, Roquan Smith. From the 20, here's the 2nd and 8. Now it's Burrow. It connects quickly to Jamar Chase. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be...
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Joe Mixon with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon as his guys are able to extend their lead.
Sometimes offenses can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good, and that makes it a 21-10 game. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working... And Andrews lost the football, and the Bengals grab it. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line.
Playing in snow brings so many other factors into the game. It's not just trying to take care of the ball, and we just saw there that that's difficult to do, but just trying to keep your feet and carry out your assignments and make sure you're comfortable while you're out there playing. Are you warm enough in your clothing? A million things.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And some room to maneuver. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. 94 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Jackson now off the bootleg. And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Meanwhile, Jackson's throw complete there to Beckham. Down inside the 10. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Odell Beckham, 42 yards. And the Ravens are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the third.
Well, you know, you can't get all the points back at once, but baby steps, a good start.
A start that was sorely needed because this team looked like they might be out of this one, but getting a touchdown, getting back into it, gives them hope as they move forward.
Jackson and the Ravens still on the field. They'll go for two.
They'll look to throw. Incomplete. Tough there. Good pass. Hit the hands. He just couldn't bring it in.
And every receiver's coach everywhere seeing that play, focus, focus, focus. Watch it all the way in and tuck it away.
For the Bengals offense getting set and ready to go again here.
And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
Then confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around.
Throwing now, Burrow on first down. Quick slant caught by Chase. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
1 quarter remains for the right to advance to the AFC title game. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Here we go.
They will throw on first down with Burrow. And this one's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
On second down, Burrow escaping the pressure right. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a third down situation.
Here we go.
Now Burrow changing the look.
Delay of game. Awesome.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
After the delay, they're backed up even further for third and long.
Burrow looking to pass. Got a man, it's Chase, he completes it. He's into space past the 25.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Anthony Brown there on the tackle.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
They're passing here, Joe Burrow.
Got his man complete over the middle. It's Smith. So 8 yards on the completion there, and it'll leave him with third and a full yard to go.
Here we go.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. And now they'll shift things around.
They give to Mixon to try to pick. Oh, no, he lost the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get them home, the next guy comes through.
And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Joe Mixon saving his best for the playoffs with his third touchdown of the game. And the Bengals are drawing closer to a date in the AFC title game as they extend this fourth quarter lead. McPherson now for the extra point. And this one gives his guys a 12-point lead. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it all culminated in the touchdown run coming from Joe Mixon. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And Baltimore's offense set for this next possession. And this one not officially in the bag, but it's looking more and more like you and I are going to be in these same seats next week for a game to go to the Super Bowl.
And it's contrary to our meeting with the visitors, wasn't it? Remember when we went over to their hotel before the game, and one of the themes they kept hitting us with was, let's put the pressure on the #1 seed and see if they can handle it. Let's do that. Well, they're the #1 seed for a reason. Best team all year long. They're showing it again in this game.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Jackson.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
And that will be incomplete.
Give them credit for excellent coverage, tight coverage. They're doing a lot of things that we talk about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them to gain any momentum throwing the ball downfield.
Jackson. He completes it to Beckham. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Here's 1st and 10. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 35. Jackson's throw pulled in by Agholor. And he'll be taken down after a gain of about 8, as that will lead us to the 2-minute warning. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They come up now on 2nd and 2. On 2nd down, Jackson. They set up the screen for Dobbins. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Here's first down. Here's Jackson. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
This is caught.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there. And
this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out.
Illegal touching. Offense.
Down in this one, they needed that score, but they'll have to hold at least for the time being.
You're exactly right. Points that they had to have. As you said, they have to regroup now and see if they can get them another way.
Here now, 2nd and goal. Now Jackson. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed, but if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively there, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know.
It doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
And this is going to be snuffed out. The Bengals recover. A tough one there. They certainly wanted that when they needed it, but they didn't absolutely have to get it. They still do have 3 timeouts.
You're exactly right. They had to attempt it. But even though they didn't get it, as you noted, with 3 timeouts, if they can get these stops on defense, all hope is not lost.
Now Burrow going to change things up.
That one looks like he'll throw here.
That is intercepted. Picked off by Roquan Smith.
And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line.
And my, how the tables have turned now. They were trying to salt this one away, but that interception, potentially a game changer.
Yeah, I just got to think to myself, at this point of the game, I know you've been aggressive. I know that's your MO, and that's fine. And all those teams that talk about all gas, no brakes, you better have the emergency lever to pull occasionally. They could have used it right there. They put themselves in a tough spot with that interception.
Here's 1st and 10. Jackson.
And bringing it in right side here, Beckham.
All 3 timeouts still at their disposal. Here's 1st and 10 now.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
And now defensively in the 2-minute drill, the big key to me, make sure you understand your assignments, and anytime you get a chance to tackle someone in bounds, get them on the ground.
Jackson to throw.
Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the 1st down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd.
With that incompletion, reality is staring them right in the face. This entire game is down to the next snap.
The decision made for them. They've got to go. It's 4th down.
Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down.
Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted.
And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for a Bengals TD. So they go on 4th down. Not only do they not get it, it turns into 6 points the other way. Disastrous.
And many people think you should just go ahead and knock it down in that situation, turn it over for the offense. But I had a defensive coordinator recently tell me, we see that as a passive play. We don't do that anymore. We want the ball in our hands, and we want to head the other way.
It's probably also instinct a lot of times. If you see a lot of green grass ahead of you, go ahead and grab it.
It's the exact right play to do. That's knowing when to break the rules and when to make a play that maybe you hadn't been taught.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And it gives his guys a 12-point advantage.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Ravens offense getting set and ready for this next drive.
What do you do here down like this in this situation? Do you maybe just pick something out of the playbook you haven't called in a while, or you call it a day?
You can do that, or you pick something that's a staple for you and should work better and try and execute that on the way out the door and maybe get back to base and feel a little bit better as you end a ball game that's been a frustrating one for you.
And we'll see if they go back to base.
Throwing, Jackson. That's complete. It's Zay Flowers with it.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
Jackson.
And this is going to be hauled in by the tight end Andrews. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. One last shot for Jackson. One last shot at the end zone. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be. And time has run out now on this game. So they stay alive in the NFL playoffs, move on to the conference championship. And do you think that the printing press is starting to get those T-shirts and hats ready, my friend?
They have to, Brandon. They have to be ready because if you win, you've got to hand those out on the field right away.